Hello and welcome to my Let's Play video. This is in response to Paul Soares Jr.'s How to Survive and Thrive series of Minecraft tutorials. If you recall, at the end of day 2, I was wandering around in my underground lair. I had expanded out a little bit, trying to even up the walls, get the space rectangular. And I had left off over by the doorway. The next thing that I wanted to do here was to make some stairs and a door. I'll look around real quick and see if I'm about to be ambushed. Doesn't look like I am. Yeah, I think everybody who had it in for me has passed on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out this piece of stone here and replace it with some stairs so that I don't have to hop to get out of my base. I'm going to see if I can have this low ceiling here and still make it up the stairs. It might not work, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's not going to work, so I'm going to have to elevate this ceiling a little bit. I will raise that. This is what we call raising the roof. And I'm going to seal that over. Okay. Now, one more row of blocks up there. And I can safely use my pickaxe, not my sword. Right there. Oh, actually, I want that block. And then, no, that block I took away on purpose. Okay, that is actually not going to work for me. I need to move all this back one more in order to keep the ceiling and the stairs from conflicting. Put that there. And then I'll replace my ceiling. So I had mentioned last time, that's much better, that I was having some difficulty with my audio. I noticed that the video does seem to have benefited from turning up the brightness. I think it looks alright. If you disagree, if you think that it needs more brightness, please let me know and I will turn that up. The audio, I listened to the audio on my last episode, and it sounded okay straight out of Fraps. I'm actually encoding it right now as we speak. So I will check the encoded version and find out if it's the encoding that causes the issue with it. And I'm going to want a piece of stone there to prevent falls. So I want to get started on some of the stuff from Paul's second tutorial that I didn't quite get to last time. Let me just box this in a little bit. So this is where I'm going to keep a little pool of water. And one of the things that Paul had going that I want to get started on is he had started digging down in order to get to the more valuable and rarer resources. So I want to get going on that. I'm just going to move this torch out of the way because it happens to be right where I want to dig. So I feel nice and safe now that I've got my door. So I will just make a little mine entrance in the back of my hidey hole. Digging down. I hear swishing water. There may be, I'm wondering if that's this water that's just hanging out in my hidey hole, or if there's maybe an underground lake nearby that I haven't found yet. Oh, there's some iron. I'm really glad I found that, because I used up all of my iron on armor last episode. You may recall I got blown up and decided that I wanted a little bit of protection next time I go out hunting creepers. It was a little bit rash of me to go out into the world at the time of day that I did with no armor. Uh, I may well make that mistake again, and if I do, I want to be prepared. So, there are some different theories about how to space torches. Myself, personally, I like to put a torch about every fifth space. That's not based on anything particularly scientific. One thing that I do like about doing every fifth space is that it makes it really easy to count by tens if I want to know, how far have I gone? Oh, look, 4 torches, I've gone 20 meters. So that comes in handy sometimes, especially when I'm doing mining deep underground. I use a branch mining technique that involves using 20 square tunnels, 20 block tunnels. So I found a little bit in the way of resources, not too much. But before I go too much further, I actually want to go back up into my hidey hole and put this iron on to roast. I'm going to be wanting to make a sword, an iron sword. I had mentioned last time that I probably wouldn't make an iron pick at this point. That's not quite accurate. I would make an iron pick. I just wouldn't be using it very much. I tend to try and conserve my iron as much as I can, so I stick to using the stone tools. Ooh, is that... No, that's not anything. That's just a place where I dug up coal. So yeah, I like to conserve my iron by using my stone tools as much as possible. And what I'm kind of doing right now, I'm looking around at the livestock. Specifically, I'm looking for sheep. Because I really want a bed right now. Oh, iron. I really want to be able... That is a dangerous place. I really want to be able to reset my spawn point, because if the unspeakable should happen, and I should succumb once more to a creeper or some other vile nasty, I really don't want to have to hike all the way back to my hidey hole in the dead of night like I did last time. So in order to make a bed, I need 3 pieces of wool. You can actually make wool if you don't have sheep, but you have spiders. If you have plenty of string, you can turn enough string into wool. But I also don't have an awful lot of spiders, so I'm kind of stuck looking around for my woolly little friends. I'm trying to keep track of which direction I came from, so that... Oh, that's very tall. That's kind of neat. Little pillar over there with a... Okay, I don't see any sheepies over here, so I'm going to turn a little bit, and lots of other farm animals. Paul mentioned, of course, that Minecraft doesn't always cooperate, and will often give you every type of farm animal except the one that you're looking for. And he lucked out, found a sheep pretty quickly. But I seem to be stuck with mostly pigs and chickens. I'm going to come back around, try not to get too far afield of where my hidey hole is. I think it's a little bit this way and a lot to my left right now. Just trying to keep my bearings. Oh, that's a pretty far drop. Ah, there's a sheepy. Awesome. Oh, I forgot to make shears. Forgot to make shears. What am I going to do about that? Okay, try to remember how to get back to my hidey hole, and then remember where I found sheepies so that I can come back and shear them later. That is a big old desert. And oh dear, the sun is setting again already. And I'm getting hungry. This is not looking good for the home team. This is that desert that I saw on my way back from the spawn point when I said that I didn't remember there being a desert along the way. Okay. What I really ought to do is put up some beacons so that I can more easily find my way. Climb back down. Really don't want to get caught out here. I have some food with me, so I'll eat that. I've been trying to sprint, but I couldn't because I was too hungry. So now I should be alright. Oh, one of my saplings grew. Chicken says, "Bok, bok, bok." Alright. Keep hearing a spider every time I come in here. Alright, I've got some iron. I'm going to make two things with my iron. The first thing I'm going to make is a pair of shears so that I can go back and shear those sheep that I saw. The other thing I'm going to make is an iron sword. Because if this stone sword wears out, I don't want to be without a spare. But while I tend to not want to use any more iron than I have to, for swords I feel that it is completely worth it. As you've seen, I tend to be a little bit reckless and go out and face off against things that maybe I shouldn't quite yet. So it's always good to have top-notch gear in order to do that. And I really feel that more than going out at night, my mistake was going out at night without good equipment. That's what did me in. Put up another torch. So it's nighttime now. I don't feel safe wandering around outside, running after sheep in the middle of the night in the dark. So I'm going back to doing a little bit more mining, looking through my tunnel, seeing if I can find some iron or some gold. Some diamond would be fantastic, but I'm not anywhere near deep enough to find it yet. But here's some iron. That's awesome. There's enough here that I can make at least a small piece of armor. Try and round out my suit. I am kind of jumping around a little, getting ahead of the tutorials that I'm supposed to be keeping pace with here. But different play styles necessitate different resources and finding different, crafting different items early on. So I'm going to smelt this iron right away so that I can make interesting things with it. I usually like cutting these a little bit more so that I don't feel like I'm bumping my head as I go down the stairs. digging. So there is one thing that Paul did. I'll go back and get my my iron, make a little bit more armor. One thing that Paul did in his day 3 that I definitely want to make sure I do at this point, I'm going to make myself a chest. My inventory is starting to get crowded. So I will just place some of my less useful items into a chest here in the corner. And actually I'm going to move my crafting table back a little bit. And I can stash any full stacks of gear, some string, some eggs. I don't need gunpowder. I don't need to make arrows quite yet. I don't have the all the string I need for a bow. I don't generally carry wood around, although planks and sticks tend to be useful. I'm saving the bone for later. I'll need the shears next time I go out. Alright, so that's some inventory management taken care of. I kind of keep my eye on the horizon so that I know when it's sunrise and when it's time for me to knock off. So nice and quiet and peaceful down here, away from the rain. I don't mind rain. The sound of rain is pretty soothing most of the time, but it's very loud out there. This current rainstorm is it's a violent one, it seems. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my torch. So I have descended 20 blocks. And accidentally destroyed my stone pickaxe. I like to repair my gear. It's more efficient if you repair it than if you let it get destroyed. But oh, I've broken into a cavern. But I often don't notice when I'm running low. And oh, I like this place. This is interesting. Lots of gravel, lots of water, stone. Gonna have to see what's down here. I've got a little underground lake. I don't know if I'll be able to jump out of there. I don't think I will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shovel away 1 block. And I can drop into the water and see if there are any resources down here. A little bit of iron. Iron is always welcome. Oh, that was an interesting noise. I'm going to put up some torches so that I can see, and also to make it less likely that I get jumped. This is a very peaceful cave. It's one of the smallest underground caves I've run across, and delightfully uninhabited. I like it. I may turn it into some kind of a room in the basement of my castle. Some kind of a network of catacombs down here with an underground pool. That would be pretty cool. So I'm just going to mine the rest of this coal vein, and then I'll head back up to the top. So we've been doing some digging, upgrading of tools, talked about repairing tools, although we haven't done it quite yet. And so tomorrow I will make sure to go out and find those sheep again and shear them so that I can make a bed. Alright guys, I survived day 3. Congratulations to me. Looks like the sun is up out there, although it is kind of dark. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed seeing me play, please, you know what to do. Like, rate, comment, subscribe. And I will see you again on day 4. Bye!